Hey everyone, welcome back. Real Critics.
You thought we were gone.
I'm Richie,
And I'm Frank.
and
I think we should just go over the whole schedule.
we don't see each other as much as we used to.
Well, yeah, I mean, we don't, Richie has a boat now.
I have a boat. I go out on a boat,
Don't get invited to.
and he doesn't come to my work anymore. So, anyways, the YouTube sensation is back. Here we are.
We're back. We're not black, but...
No, you should be, but all right. So, yeah, there's a big gap since the last time we were here. So, we're gonna do something we've both seen recently.
Well, you know what? I think we've come to that point where, I mean, Avengers 2.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, Ant-Man.
Well,
I mean, I know that these are all, Avengers 2 is pretty, that's what, April? Ant-Man's recent. Fantastic Four's opening this weekend. A lot of movies to cover. Civil War coming up. Big hype about that. Also with Deadpool. That's like...
not even to mention DC, Batman, Superman.
Let's not try to mention DC.
Suicide Squad.
I mean, we're really doing Marvel.
There's some good stuff coming.
I mean, we're doing superhero movies, yes, but...
There's some good stuff coming. So what did we decide on?
I think Ant-Man we should start with because
Ant-Man.
it's more recent.
Yes, and we've both seen it.
Yes.
This is rare for us to see a movie that's been out recently. So, go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. I went into this movie thinking it was going to be a total piece of crap.
Yes, you did. You talked mad crap about this.
I did. From the beginning.
You said it was going to bomb. You're so negative.
No, I had every right to be, though.
Not really, but you were so negative.
I mean, I didn't have a lot of faith in the movie. The director, the first director, if that tells you anything, walks off the set because he didn't like the direction it was going in.
Creative differences.
Well, I'm just saying, though, when you lose your director so early into the project, you start having your doubts. Not to mention that there were already doubts in the beginning because Ant-Man wasn't exactly, he didn't set anything on fire. Even in the comics, he didn't really set anything on fire. He did create Ultron.
It's,
not
in this time zone.
No, not. But what I'm saying though is that the only pinnacle thing that he had in the comic books was that he made Ultron. I think that going into the movie, I expected a lot more. How shall I say? Help, I guess. I did get it. I mean,
it's a Marvel movie.
It was weak,
since
but it was there.
2008. It's going to make money. It's going to be decent.
It's going to make money.
It's going to be decent. They're not going to release a shitty movie.
I don't think they would want to release a bad movie, but I can't say that...
They know what the standards are, and that may not have been up there with Avengers and
definitely not.
The Captain America.
No, not even close.
No, but it was good enough.
Yeah, I would categorize it with, it was better than Thor, but...
wow, really?
Yeah, actually, I enjoyed that a lot more than Thor.
Wow.
Both of them. In fact, the second one was even worse than the first, I'd have to say.
Well, I don't know. I remember you calling me after you watched the second one, and you were all pumped about it.
I was pumped at
first. Then you changed the day after. You're like...
you know why? Because I sat there and I thought about it, and I was like, again...
See, you start thinking, and then everything changes. Anyways.
Is that such a bad thing?
It's terrible.
You start thinking about stuff. Nah, just,
So what's your overall opinion of the movie?
If you want to give me 1 out of 10, give it a 4.5.
Wow.
I mean, the villain was kind of weak. I think they just kind of threw him in there. It was kind of like one of those, let's hurry up and, create a villain that, not to say that I'm not talking about the Yellow Jacket suit. I'm talking about the person itself,
Yeah, he was kind of like borderline psychopath.
Yeah, but he was kind of like...
When he did that thing to that guy in the bathroom.
Yeah.
He turned into a little puddle of
How many times would I love that to do that to somebody? That it'd be odd. But I mean, that's a pretty powerful weapon just to have that by itself.
They had I liked how they threw in Peggy Carter, older.
Yeah.
In the beginning.
Yeah.
It's kind of a neat to... they did a couple things in the movie to bring everything
Michael
together.
Douglas looked awesome in the beginning. I bet he watched that and
what?
said, "Damn."
They've been using the same aging techniques for the last 40 years, and it works.
It works damn good. Michael looked
Works.
great. I bet I know he watches that. He goes, "Why can't I get CGI'd all the time?"
CGI my person.
Exactly. Maybe his wife wouldn't leave him so many times. But I do think that the storyline could have been... the sidekicks, once again, kind of killed it.
They were funny. I found myself laughing pretty much every time they talked.
They were kind of humorous, but they were not needed. And they were kind of campy.
But it's not like they ruined the movie, as opposed to
they didn't
maybe
ruin the
not
movie,
being
but they
needed.
sure as hell didn't make it better. And that's the whole thing. If you involve characters in a movie, it's to make it better, not to make it weaker or less interesting.
I don't think they did either of those.
I think they did. The guy made waffles all the time.
He fucking likes waffles.
No shit, he likes waffles.
So what? That was his thing. He makes waffles
Then you know what?
with whipped cream on top. People like that. I don't personally like it. I think it's disgusting.
Then you go find a cooking movie.
It's like eating waffles and chicken and waffles.
Go get a Bake Off movie. And then you know what? Put the Waffle Man in there. And then you had T.I., right?
You know what? I don't like him.
What did he do?
But you know what?
Get Hard was awesome.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, there's something about him. I see him and I just want to hate him. But he had some funny things in Get Hard. But we're talking about Ant-Man.
Yes, I know.
And he had some funny things in this too. When he stole the police car and then came back and they were all giddy about it. Like, it was all right. He was all right. And I didn't mind the sidekick so much.
I did.
I would have gave the movie probably a 6 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. No, I see. We're pretty much there.
We're
pretty
close.
much there.
We're closer than we normally are.
you
Normally
know
we're
what?
yelling at each
I'm
other
just-
right now.
I'm just tired of Marvel selling out. More or less Stan Lee. If Stan Lee had the balls that he had back in the 80s about the passion of his comic books, he'd never let this crap happen. But being a sellout, and you know what? You give me $150 million a movie, you know what? I'd be a sellout too.
Dude, would you rather have this or nothing at all?
See, there you go. Would I rather have nothing at all? Now that I saw it, I wouldn't. I'd rather not have it.
You saw Ant-Man and you're like, okay, you can either have what you got or just it never existed. You'd rather it never existed?
I'd rather watch an Adam Sandler movie.
Oh man, terrible. No way. There are Marvel movies
Here's the
that
thing.
I wish never existed.
Here's the thing.
Catwoman.
Oh well, yeah, that.
Oh,
was,
no, I'm sorry. Yeah, that was Marvel.
Catwoman, yeah.
No, that was DC. I'm sorry.
That was DC.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Electra. I was thinking of Electra.
Electra. Whoa, that was horrible. That was horrible.
I wish that never happened.
Yeah.
They're out there.
Captain America, the first one.
I wasn't crazy about that. People really like it.
I
don't
didn't
know
like
why.
it.
Why
I
do
didn't like
people
it either. Wow. What happened?
Winter Soldier
We
was
must
awesome.
have changed.
We have
You
changed. It's all
changed.
this time. I just haven't seen you in so long.
I know.
I can't argue with you.
I don't want to argue with you.
No. So
I agree. I think there's a lot of misses that, let's think Spider-Man 3,
oh god.
you know? The reboots of Spider-Man.
The very first Hulk.
The very first Hulk was horrible. Eric Bana was just...
Eric Bana was a fine Bruce Wayne. It was or Bruce Wayne. God, why am I mixed up DC and
I don't know.
Marvel? Because we haven't done this so
You got
long.
DC on the brain.
It's Bruce. It's a Bruce. He's a Bruce. At least I got the first name right.
Yeah, you're right about
Bruce
that.
Banner.
Bruce Banner.
I liked him as Bruce Banner. Just the
storyline was crap.
What was the director? Ang Lee or something like that?
Yeah, Ang Lee.
He played the Hulk. You know that, right?
Yeah, but that was horrible.
It was.
It was disappointing to no extent.
Anyways, let's focus on Ant-Man here. This is what we did.
Ant-Man basically needed stronger storylines. They needed a stronger... Well, you know what? You said it yourself. We had talked earlier. Marvel just needs stronger villains. They don't need, like you said, mirror.
It's a mirror villain,
Yes.
and almost all their movies.
And you know what? I agree with you. I do agree with you. They do need stronger villains.
It's almost like a little... Just irritating, because it's like...
You know what?
Oh, you're fighting yourself, but yourself's the bad guy.
I wish they would take the cue off of X-Men First Class. Because all of them, not one of them had something the other one had, You think about it. Magneto, the perfect character for X-Men because he was an ally and a villain,
Yep.
and he could play both so well.
The X-Men franchise.
Michael,
The X-Men franchise itself, like, they just...
well,
They've always had that going for them just because there's so many different mutants and so many different powers.
Right.
So it's, you don't have to worry about someone having the same, or this person can control you because he has this power,
Right.
Professor X, Magneto. So they've always had that going for them.
well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. That if the Marvel studios would actually take a look at that and say, hey guys,
I think now that we're getting into like phase 3,
yeah,
we should start seeing more of that now.
Yeah.
And starting with Civil War, it looks like.
Civil
So
War is going to be, well, that's the whole thing, Civil War. I mean, they're going to be fighting each
It
other.
probably started with Guardians of the Galaxy, I would say more. That was probably the first step of
Yeah.
not, you're not getting that mirror villain.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited for the future.
Well, I'm excited for the future, but
I'll tell you what I didn't like about Ant-Man. I'll give you what I didn't like.
Go ahead.
He had they talked about how Hank Pym, his wife, the Wasp, she shrunk herself and she couldn't stop shrinking, and
She was
she
so
went
tiny.
into the, I forget what
The
they
nuclear
call
missile.
it. Yeah, she was just gone. She shrunk until she was no more.
Well, no, they said that she perpetually.
She went into a different dimension
Yes.
or whatever. Yeah.
Yes, she
because
gets
she
small.
shrank so
Yeah,
small.
Right.
Him putting that thing in his belt that enlarges it and then turning it on.
Oh, you mean the little like safety gadget of
Yeah.
like you can enlarge things?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
It's like, oh look,
It almost like
I fixed
something.
this.
It's like something you can pick up at Walmart.
yeah. So poof.
I mean, how trivial is that? Here's a disc, and you throw it, and it enlarges this
And
thing.
Mike Douglas specifically said, "Don't fuck with that." And what do? He messed with it. He doesn't listen. That's why he's in prison for 3 years.
And I agree with you. I
I didn't like that part. I just almost thought it was like cheesy. Kind of knew it was going to happen.
I don't like when he named the flying ant
Anthony, I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it when he got shot. That
I liked.
bullet
I
just.
liked Anthony. Paul Rudd got some abs. That's not Anchorman, Paul Rudd.
Yeah, well, you get something. You get like 4 personal trainers, and anybody
I know
can get
you
abs.
pay somebody $10,000 to suck cookies out of your hands all day. It tends to help. So yeah, good for you.
You pay me $50, and I'll slap them out of your hands.
Oh,
But it's gonna have to be a mutual thing because you have to slap them.
I'm gonna shove them in your mouth.
I don't need any more cookies. But I agree on that aspect. I think also, Paul Rudd came out a stronger Ant-Man than I thought he was going to be.
Yeah, I was a little worried.
Yeah, I was, because you think he makes more comedies than anything, and putting him in this kind of role,
there was plenty of comedy.
we needed somewhat of and I'll go back to it. I always go back to this. I always say this with every movie that I see. If it displays it, it's great, it's awesome. If not, it needs it, and because it makes it more interesting. It needs the dark side.
Yeah.
Every Marvel movie needs a dark side because we're past the campy bullshit.
Well, that's what DC has over Marvel.
Yeah.
Take the Dark Knight trilogy, for example. You just can't beat. You can't beat the
Broke the
Christopher
barriers.
Nolan's that darkness of those movies,
Loved it.
and like Man of Steel,
The twist.
Man of Steel,
Oh.
and the Batman vs Superman,
Phenomenal.
Suicide Squad. They're
Phenomenal.
all going to have that dark
Yes.
feel to.
I'm-
Marvel's doing it on purpose.
Yeah,
they don't
I know.
want that.
Yeah, I know.
They
But
want the fun, enjoy it,
enjoyable
looks
by
awesome.
all ages, but the DC, what they have created and what they're going with. I'm more excited to see Suicide Squad than I am actually to go see.
A lot of people are, and you know why?
You know why? The Joker.
The Joker. Jared Leto's Joker. People want to see, but you know what? They may see him before
Great
Suicide
choice.
Squad.
Great choice.
They may see him in Batman vs Superman
They may see
There's
him.
rumors of him-
I think he's just going to be a throw-in.
doing reshoots.
Yeah, but I think they're going to throw him in. I think there's going to be like a side character where he needs to be an entire character. I'm going to tell you who I'm not happy about. Lex Luthor.
All right, we did it. We did it again. We
we
jumped
jumped.
ship.
Damn.
We didn't. We don't really jump ships. We
We went to an alternate universe.
we shrank ourselves.
Did we go?
And went to
Did we
another
do
dimension.
it? Damn it.
So yeah.
Okay.
Another day. But Ant-Man. Any final thoughts on that?
Yeah. I think that if you're going to involve Ant-Man in Civil War, and because they are putting him in, they're casting him in, he needs to have more of an edge. As much as I saw the Ant-Man movie, I didn't see much of an edge there. I didn't see much.
Well, he went from square one of nothing to like knowing how to use the suit at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So hopefully, that helps with the edge almost.
Did anybody like the montage? Did anybody? Hold on. Did you? Can we get him shot or something? I didn't like the. Did you like the montage? Jesus Christ! Please tell me you did not like it.
What didn't you like about it?
Everything.
Give me one.
I'm going to teach you how to punch. Oh, you're teaching me how to punch. I can punch somebody. If you sit there and tell me that you don't know how to punch somebody, and don't get me wrong, if you hit him too soft, it'll just glance off. Hit him too hard, you could kill them.
I like how they did that, and then they just didn't elaborate on it anymore.
But that's what I'm saying. Okay, and he gets hit. Okay, here's another thing. The test of you have to run, shrink, jump through the keyhole, and then enlarge again. That was the only thing. That was the only thing you saw.
Well, he had to learn how to control the ants and stuff too. He couldn't do that.
That's true. He had to learn how to control the ants.
Remember, he kept coming up above the ground.
Yes, that was hilarious. How he was half in the ground, half out of the ground, kind of like a hedgehog.
You're too serious, man.
I'm not too serious, but I mean, the montage was so weak. There was no training involved. Let's look at it this way. You want a montage?
I'll tell you what. I thought the montage.
Take notes from Iron Man, the first one. That was awesome.
I thought
when
the
he was building the suit
went on too long.
Yeah, I mean, agree.
For him not supposedly getting any training for you, like I think it went on too long. I was just like, okay, I got it. He's still working. Can we get to the point where he gets it?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
So, I mean,
maybe throw in.
It may not have been a great montage, but I mean, it was
maybe a better mission too. You know, I mean,
no, because it was awesome. Because the Avenger scene. Which was awesome. That was part of the training. Now you have to get that first.
That's why I said
that's pretty montage.
Put it in there. I know they used the Falcon, which
it was perfect.
Was a good character to use.
The best part of the movie.
I liked it.
Was that whole scene.
I did not.
Don't worry, you can't see me. I can see you.
That was good.
Who are you? I'm Ant-Man.
But that's just it. You take that and. That's the best thing you can bring out of that movie. I mean, literally, the ending of the movie just didn't really do it for you.
The movie was worth it just for the post and credits. I mean,
I know you sit there and you paid $8 just to see, the Winter Soldier in a vice with Falcon going, "I know somebody. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
I got this."
Which we disagree on what that's about.
Well, we would disagree on it, but I mean, I think it means more or less that. How Civil War kicks off, we can't trust Tony Stark because they want to bring Winter Soldier in.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's already.
Think about it. Winter Soldier is going to be Captain America.
What do you mean? No, he's not going to play Captain America.
He's going to take over Captain America.
When? Because Captain America signed on for all the Infinity Wars. So when is this going to happen? 2025?
At the end of Civil War, Cap gets a bullet in the head or in the back.
No, he's signed on to play Captain America. On the Infinity Wars.
We'll see.
He's casted. It's already done. It's in his contract.
We'll see. Samuel L. Jackson was only supposed to be casted 9 times. And he's still going on, yes. But I think his job is done.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see him much anymore.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I saw him in Avengers too.
He was actually contracted to do so many
we didn't even talk about that. We saw Avengers 2 together. Just to put this little note here, we did the Marvel movie marathon. The
30 hours.
30 hours.
Marvel movies, baby.
All 11 movies from beginning all the way up to Age of Ultron. And
Age of Ultron did not disappoint.
We had a blast.
I had a great time.
We had a ton of hot dogs, popcorn, some
so much
mozzarella sticks.
Oh my God.
I don't know how many Cokes I drank. We probably gained like 10 pounds just in the...
I know one thing, my teeth hurt after I left there.
My jaw. I was like, because you get so bored, you just want to put popcorn in your mouth, and then you're like, shit. He fell asleep once.
I got little hearts drawn on my arm.
I did draw on him.
He was so cute. I saved them, but they washed off.
Well, we needed to wash after that.
God.
I
I think more
yeah.
to the point that Age of Ultron did not disappoint, even though people said it was not as good as the first one. But let's face it, when we heard that the first Avengers were coming out, we hit the roof. We were just like so eager to have it, and it was great. I mean, the whole forming, the battle within, the coming together at the end, it was just, it played out well. It played out great. It was a simple storyline, but yet it played out well.
Yeah.
Second, Avengers, I liked it. I love Ultron as a character. I mean, he's one of my favorite villains. I love Ultron.
James Spader's voice was perfect.
Was perfect for it. The way that he set up to destroy the Earth was perfect.
Vision was awesome.
Vision with the Thor taking control. He's kicking off the Infinity Wars. He is going to be in. He's going to be the showdown with Thanos.
Well, that's supposed to take off in Thor was it Ragnarok or
Ragnarok or something.
Ragnarok, something like that.
Yeah, so some
Fraggle Rock, Thor Fraggle Rock.
I just hope there's not any dark elves in there anymore, or frost giants.
I think they're done.
I really hope so. I can't take another one of those.
I take a bilge snipe. Things with the Avengers. He's like, you don't have those here.
You know what? One of the funniest things in the Avengers was our Avengers 2 was it had to been with Rhodes telling his story, the tank story.
Oh yeah.
Hey, did you lose this? And then of course Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Hemsworth were like, no. They're like, no, really, seriously.
Yeah.
I think the Avengers 2 definitely was. I think people overlooked it a little bit because they were just like expecting, I guess.
So much happened in such a little time.
They had to do a lot with people said that it kind of like was a regurgitation of the first one because of the Ultron, bots that were trying to take them. But I think more or less, I think everything worked out. I mean, I love Scarlet Witch. She was a badass. Yeah. Quicksilver, he was pretty cool.
I told you he was going to die. I told you he was going to die.
And I believed you.
And we were going to...
I read it too.
We had T-shirts that we were going to wear, but it didn't happen.
Spoiler alert. Quicksilver dies.
Yeah.
But, no.
Anyways.
Ant-Man, worth seeing.
Yes. Sorry we got off track.
If you can bootleg it online, then I highly suggest you do that.
Buy the Blu-ray.
No, don't even buy it.
I'm going to buy it.
Does it deserve to be bought? It deserves to be downloaded.
Dude. Come on, man. Not cool.
I'm not promoting piracy, but you know what?
You just did.
No, I'm not promoting it, but I just don't like the movie theaters ripping me off every time I want to go see a good movie.
Why'd you get ripped off? You said it was okay.
No, I know it was okay, but I want more, I mean...
You're going to get more.
If I had Paul Rudd come over to my house, I'd have to entertain him. What am I going to do? Sit there and just look at him for 2 hours and say, I wasn't really entertained, I'm leaving. I should do the same to your movie, Paul.
You were entertained.
Bitch.
You were entertained.
I was entertained parts of it. In the movie, you get start to finish, okay? You don't sit there and say, oh, well, there was parts of it that I liked, and that's not what going to a movie's about. I want to forget about my bills. I want to forget about, all the...
You were thinking about your bills?
At one point, I was sitting there going, man, did I leave the iron on? No, I think I turned it off. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Ant-Man movie. Sorry.
All right. Well, we know how you feel about it. And
I want edge.
I say
want
go
edgy.
see it.
Because look at Deadpool. Look what they're doing with that.
There we go.
Finally doing a movie right. They're doing good by it, Yeah. I mean, they really are.
It's going to be awesome.
It's going to be rated
R.
R.
We'll definitely review that. We're sorry we bounced around so much. It's been a while since we've done this. So, even then, we were terrible at it. Stayed on track, but...
We're new.
So, comment, subscribe, all that shit.
Hopefully we'll come out with another one by the time Fantastic Four comes out.
There we go.
See?
Yeah, awesome. So...
Too bad we don't have any Easter eggs.
We hope you liked it. If you didn't like it, fuck you.
I don't give a shit.